What's up, Fast Turn Radio listener, watchers, replay catchers, Brandon Gompers, Fist Bump? Can everybody hear me? Holy mackerel, for like the last 10 minutes, I've been trying to restart my computer, get my mic working. Good, everybody hears me. I have no idea what was going on. It was crazy. So I've been doing sound checks with myself, and I sounded okay, but Darla couldn't hear me, and then I tried to unplug my mic and plug it somewhere else, and dude, it blew up. So luckily, I have the super fast processor or hard drive now, so it like restarts the computer in a heartbeat, and I was able to restart. Everything's up and running now. I'm a few minutes late, but that's okay because, as you know, I just got back from CES, or a lot of people know, and one of the things that I got as far as feedback on the show was, man, it takes you too long to get into things, and you know, so I said that's really for two reasons. One, it takes a minute to just let Barrington's viewers, because Barrington was a big crowd, I try to give his viewers time to get over to my show before I really get into the meat and potatoes of what we're going to talk about. And then secondly, uh, it just takes time to interact with you guys, say hello to everybody, and really get into the role of this freecast and the interaction and how everything's going to go. So, it does. I said, I'm sorry it takes 10 or 15 minutes to get things kind of rolling, but hey, that's just the way it is. And, so my suggestion is if you don't like the first 15 minutes of the show, just skip that, show up at 8:15, and everything will be perfect. I'll be rocking and rolling, and you can get caught right up. So that's kind of the little bit of the background. So it does. It takes time. Enduring Bamboo, Terry, I met you. Awesome to meet you. Bob Willie, Carol Riley, met so many. B. Garza, met her. And just so many people that I met at CES and lots of great feedback. More people than I could have ever imagined grabbed me and said, Duane, love your show. I don't always catch it live, but I do catch the replays, and thanks for what you do. And I was literally just blown away. I figured a few people would do that. I knew there would be people watching that I've never actually talked to or interacted with, but to have so many people, yeah, Carol Giambri was there, to have so many people say, hey, I watched the show. I'm sorry I don't catch it live, but, I love what you're doing, and it really meant a lot to me. So I was humbled by all the great responses, and I will try to get the show rolling faster. But hey, there's not much more I can do. It takes time for the context to develop, and it is what it is, people. All right. Um, Darla says that was me. Okay, so the sound problems was Darla couldn't hear, not that I wasn't producing sound. That's hilarious. Michelle Jones was there. Awesome to meet you. All right. Well, sorry, guys. We'll blame this one all on the awesome Darla. Because I did. I screwed up by moving my mic cord around, and that just totally blew it up. Once I did that, it was game over. All right. Not sure if you heard, but maybe a little recap here. I was at CES this past what? How many days was it? I left on Wednesday, came back on Sunday, so about 5 days. And as you can see, wherever your picture's at, I just posted it right there. I got to meet Bob Willie, Jay Bain, who I'd never met in person, as hard to believe as that is for me. We never met in person. We become great friends online and have spoken on the phone. Uh, I don't know, more times than I can count. I had to scroll up for a chat screen the other day trying to find something that he'd sent to me in a chat. And it said, and when I got to the top, it said, would you like to view the other 1,642, whatever chats or something? I was like, man, Jay and I chat a little bit, but we'd never met in person. So that was pretty cool. And Chris Green, it's always great to see Chris, who I've seen a few times now. And just a blast. You can see we were all there with our gloves, except Jay. He left his in the glove box. Ha, ha, ha. He's just not cool. He doesn't have a glove. But we went to Toys R Us. We did some scanning, did some sourcing. Didn't find a lot, apparently. Ryan Wateska and Rachel Schmidt. Rachel, you know who you are. Had already been to that Toys R Us, but they left a couple of little winners in there for us. Nobody picked them up for some reason. They were about $10 selling for 25. These little figures. Nobody actually picked them up, but hey, I would have taken them. I would have cleared the shelf if it was me. They ranked between 15,000 and 50,000 in toys. They probably had about 20 of them, different varieties of the same little toy. So it was good. It was fun stuff. Also, speaking of toys, I got myself a new one today. This is a little shock absorber microphone stand. So it's supposed to make sure that if your hard drive's running or there's a disk or something, any vibration on the desk, it eliminates all the humming noise. So I'm not sure if it really does that or not, but it seemed like a cool thing to spend $40 on. So I bought a microphone stand. So hopefully the show sounds a little bit better. All right, let's see. I'm going to read through. Yeah, Jay was missing his glove, Bob Willie said. And, Edie was there. Edie Gunter. I'm not sure. I think it's just Gunter, but met her and her husband, Eddie. They were awesome. Let's see. Who else we got in here? Yeah, Michelle Jones was there. I mentioned that already. And it was a great time. The first thing we did, the first morning, the first thing we did was I got checked into the, thank you to Sherry Morton for giving me a ride from the airport to the hotel. That was awesome. Did not have to take the expensive shuttle taxi and all that. So the first thing that happened, I got stopped on the plane by Sea Angel Crush. I don't know if you guys know her from some of the rooms. She was flying first class. I don't fly first class. I don't have that kind of money. She treats herself well. She's doing great in this business. And she said, hey, I'm Angel. And it took me a second. I thought she said Angela or Angie. I thought she said, I'm Angie. So I started searching through Facebook as soon as I get to my seat because I didn't recognize her. I'm telling you, we look nothing in person like we do in our little Facebook profile pictures. So I jump on my iPad and I'm searching. I'm like, man, how many Angies do I know? And I'm like, I can't find her. I can't find her. So the plane lands. This was in Charlotte on the way to Dallas. Plane lands, get off the plane. I see her again, and I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry. I'm not sure who you are. And she said, Sea Angel Crush. I was like, oh, Angel. Now I know you. Now it all makes sense. I knew exactly who she was. She's been in the EID Facebook group for Entrepreneur Idea Dads for a year or so. And I definitely recognized her once she said that, and saw her throughout the trip. So that was kind of neat to have somebody just on a plane recognize me in Charlotte on the way to Dallas. Kind of a cool way to kick things off. So I get to Sherry gives me a ride to the hotel and gave my sister a ride also. That was really cool. So I went upstairs and I had to change though because we were about to go sourcing. So that's when this happened. I'm not sure if everybody's seen this or not, but I decided to break out the underoos and bam, there it was. I felt the time was right to finally unveil the underoos. Yes, so there is the picture. That was me. You can see the lady in the background apparently not impressed with people running around with their underwear on the outside. I don't know why. It seemed perfectly normal to me. Had a blast. It was just fun stuff. And that's how we kind of kicked off hey, everybody, here I am. Oh, Maureen Benner's here. Maureen, the trooper. My goodness. She showed up about, 9.5 months pregnant, I think. Her belly was out it was out there. And, but cute as a button, she was little preggers walking around, 35 weeks. Okay. So yeah, she's about, I guess, 8.5 months pregnant. I don't know. It's a lot. Yeah. 9.5 guys. You guys all know you're not actually pregnant for 9 months, right? You guys have done the math on this, that it's actually almost 10 months. So anyway, she was walking around. Yeah. Cause it's 40 weeks. I mean, that's really almost 10 months. So it's not this 9 months. You guys do not get off easy with 9 months. It's almost 10. You actually get kind of shorted. I don't know why they call it 9 months. 800 years, you betcha. But she was a trooper. She made it. She was not waddling around, which surprised me because my wife, when she got to that point with both of our kids, she was doing the waddle, and Maureen actually was able to walk like a normal person, which was quite impressive. And so good times. This was one of the highlights. The keynote speaker was Daniel Lappin, so I got to meet him. And of course, I don't know if you guys know this. but I'm just kind of like an autograph junkie. So there's the little note from Daniel Lappin where he signed my "Thou Shalt Prosper," which I started to read on the plane on the way home. Fantastic speech. I don't care what your religious views are; really is irrelevant. What he talked about is what mattered. He talked about just the view of basically making money is an okay thing, and actually, if you're not making money and if you're not serving, money is really just a byproduct of serving your fellow man well. So if you're not serving your fellow man, you're not making money, and therefore you're not really doing society any good. So money is not evil. It's actually a good thing to make because it is simply a reward for doing something well for other people. And he obviously says it so much more eloquently, but fantastic. So whether you're Jewish, Christian, Catholic, atheist, um, agnostic, it doesn't matter. I don't care what your religious view is. View is, dude, he's got good stuff. Listen to the man. Read his book. Listen to any podcast that he's on. I know Dave Ramsey has him on quite often, so just very good. He started talking about the 2 tablets, instead of the 10 commandments. The way he laid that out just really was an eye-opener for me. Again, it was all about serving your fellow human beings as much as serving God, and if that's your thing, really, you got to get past the religious thing. I heard that from a few people, and it kind of bothered me. I was like, dude, take religion out of it. It doesn't matter. Focus on what the man is saying. It's powerful stuff. So great speaker. I was thoroughly impressed. And then you guys may know Brett Bartlett. You may recognize this guy. So he's pointing at balloons. He's pointing at me. I'm pointing at balloons. I'm looking at him. It was a blast. We were up there. He did team building. And let me tell you, that's going to be one of my big takeaways that I discuss for a few minutes. I had a few takeaways. I just gave you one of them, which is, to serve your fellow people, fellow man, but another one is build a team. And this really, I've gotten in some decent discussions with Brett about whether or not a team is necessary. And I will say it now, a team is not necessary. Okay. You do not need a team to be successful in this business. Does it help? Yeah, it does. It really does. And it can be a very small team. Okay. It does not have to be, I went out and hired 14 people and we're shipping pallets every day. A team can be 2 people or 3 people, but make sure that you are building something bigger than yourself, because if you have to go to Dallas, if you have to, take care of your family and you're not able to be in front of the computer reordering your wholesale stuff or your supplies, which I ran out of some supplies. In case you guys didn't catch that, I can talk about that. I mean, it's really not a big deal, but have somebody that's kind of got your back. That's very helpful. While I was at the conference, I got text messages and a phone call from my team member. And she said, "Hey, I've got this stuff that I'm processing. What do you want me to price it at? This is why I think you're kind of overpricing it." I said, "Hey, I trust you. Go for it. You know more than I do about it. Do what you think needs to be done." And she did, and she got it all done. So she's sending in products while I'm sitting there playing blow up balloons with Brett. And it was awesome. Brett is everything in person that you see in the community. He's just pumped up. Everything's exciting. And I gave him a hard time. I said, "Brett, tell me, how is business really? And how are some of the things that you're working on?" He's got the pay-per-click course that came out, and he's got Brett's Buying Network. And I said, tell me the truth, because, man, anytime you're on camera, it's like, dude, life is great. I said, even if you lose $8,000 and your business is about to go bankrupt, you'll come out there and go, "I am so pumped up. I lost $8,000 yesterday, and I'm about to completely lose my business. I'm going to have to fire all my team members, but you know what? It's a great day." And I mean, it's just, Brett is just that super positive. So, I was like, is it really that good? And yeah, his business is doing very, very well. He is as enthusiastic, upbeat, and honest a person as you're going to find. And he is just amazing. Yeah, everything is awesome. That's right. He's straight out of the Lego movie. Randall Carroll, Randy. Randy Jr., I met him, spent a lot of time talking to him. That's a young guy that's gonna do some great things. He's got that drive in him. We just had to get some certain things squared away. So I enjoyed working with him. Anytime you can get in touch with somebody that's 21, 22 years old and already has the entrepreneurial spirit driving them, that's pretty special. You can really influence somebody and help them greatly in just a short conversation. So he was there with his dad. They gave me an awesome T-shirt, a Dave Ramsey T-shirt that means a lot to me because it's only available to those that volunteered for a Dave Ramsey event, which I've never been able to do because there's not one that's close enough. And so they gave me a T-shirt that is kind of a one-of-a-kind T-shirt because they know how big of a Dave Ramsey fan I am. So that really hit home with me, and pretty amazing. It was just overall, it was just amazing. Let's see, what's Bob Willie got a picture of? Oh, Jim Cochran and Bob Willie. There they are. I did not actually get a picture with Jim this time. I kind of inserted myself into his world last time. I kind of pushed my way in until I got an autograph and picture from him. I left him alone this time. It was a much bigger crowd. He was much busier than last time. So I did get a few minutes with him in the lobby one-on-one, which was pretty cool. Spent some time talking. If you guys go to anything like this, stay on site. Makes all the difference in the world. So I did get a good amount of time with Jim one-on-one. I was very happy about that. And yeah, he's an honest guy. And Luna says honest. That seems to be a description of everybody on Jim's team. Really nice to know that everybody is really telling the truth. Yes. And yeah, and in full disclosure and honesty, I don't agree with everything that Jim does or Jim's team does or some of the ways that they do things. But they are genuine people that are trying to help. And so we can disagree on whether or not to do affiliate marketing. Okay, that's one thing. I don't do affiliates, obviously. Jim and his team, they do affiliates. So it's stuff like that. I mean, it's not major, groundbreaking, earth-shattering, oh my goodness, we can't be friends because we don't agree on this. But they are. We all have people's best interest at heart. So yeah, it's so we Nathan Bailey, I won't get into it, but Nathan Bailey and I had a very interesting, about an hour-long discussion I think it started at 2:30 in the morning and went on till about 3:30. So we had some fun. And that's the kind of stuff that can happen when you stay on site. You catch somebody and it's like, hey, you just start a conversation, you don't know where it's going to go. I was just trying to say goodnight. Suddenly we find ourselves in the midst of a very interesting conversation. And finally at 3:30, I said, man, I got to get up at 6 o'clock to catch a plane. So I got 2.5 hours sleep that night, if you want to call it that morning. I took a nap, basically. REA Scheinbein got, I think he said 45 minutes of sleep that night. And then he was up. He went to the airport with us the next day. I don't have the picture. I should have pulled this one. If anybody has it on Facebook, it would be great if you could pull the picture where Cordelia took of me and REA sitting in the back seat with Mr. Banana between the two of us. And that was in Jay's car, and REA and I could not see each other. We're sitting in the back seat side by side with this banana in the middle of us, and that banana was so big that, one, we couldn't hardly hear each other. It like drowned out the sound, and we couldn't see each other. I mean, I don't care how we ducked, looked, what we pushed on. There was no way in the world that we could actually see or communicate with each other. So it was hilarious. So yeah, Mr. Banana, if it was up to me, he would have been left behind. But Jay said that he thought his daughter would like it. So Mr. Banana made the ride. And he was a very popular character at the monkey dinner. This is the Skinner monkey dinner that we had, which was fantastic. Just everybody kind of mingled for a couple of hours. Had this, banana split martini or something, which I'm not a martini drinker, but that thing was friggin' awesome. And somebody asked, they said, I've never seen you drink. Yes, just so you guys know, I do drink. I enjoy alcohol. I do not drink on my Spreecast because I consider this to be part of my business, and I try not to drink on the job. It just seems, in bad taste to me. Other people do it. That is up to them. Totally. You know, Jay Bain will have a glass of wine on his Spreecast. All the more power to Jay. Not my thing. It just doesn't seem like the right place. Now, when I'm on Jay's Spreecast, hey, it's not my business. I'm not trying to teach you guys anything on Scanner Monkey. I'm just hanging out and having fun. So yeah, in that case, I'll have a beer on air. But we did. And then one night we played Cards Against Humanity. Bunch of overage kids, sitting around, decided to start playing card games. If you never played Cards Against Humanity, do not play with your kids around. But if you're sitting around with a bunch of 35 and 40-year-old kids, it was a blast. We had just a great time. Played that until, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning or something. The earliest I went to bed was 12:30. That most nights it was somewhere between 2:30 and 3:30. So it was awesome. Yeah, and B was there. B's a firecracker, man. I didn't realize it. You talk about type A personality, gung ho, gonna do it my way, and everybody else just stay out of the way. She was amazing. She blew me away, and she was there with her boyfriend, and he was just like, "Yeah, I control the relationship." It's like, no, man, don't even try. We all know better. There's no way. You are not gonna control B. She is awesome, on fire, gonna make things happen whether you want them to or not. Yeah, did you get rested, Edie? Good question. Edie was at the breakfast. Oh, did I not get the picture of the breakfast? Crud. I meant to post that. Can anyone in the coaching group grab the picture from our breakfast? That would be really helpful. But some of the people in the coaching group got together for breakfast, and it started from there. And yeah, so did I get rested? I went to bed last night at 11 o'clock. I got up just for a few minutes this morning to help get my kids off to school. And by help, I mean, I said, yeah, put your shoes on, get out the door. I mean, I was dead to the world. Went straight back to bed. I slept till 10 o'clock this morning. So basically from 11 o'clock last night till 10 o'clock this morning, at about 7 o'clock, I took a nap until 7:30 when I woke up and said, hey, I got to get on a Spreecast. I don't think I have. I do not think I have actually caught up on my sleep yet. It's been, I don't know. It was, and you're still riding the high. There's just so much going on, so much to do, so many things you want to implement. And, so no, I don't think I'm caught up yet, but I'm trying. I'm getting there. Yeah, there's me and REA, and it's hard to tell, but that banana goes straight between us all the way to the back window. I'm telling you, no matter how I bent my neck or pushed on any part of that stinking banana, I could not see REA, and I could barely hear him. So it was pretty incredible, and it was fun. And you see REA laughing, and that's another guy that is just, he is who he comes across as. Brilliant, mild-mannered, but will set you straight in a heartbeat because he's just, his mind's always working. Just a brilliant guy. So, and I've met REA before, had a good time with him at ASD. And, oh, is Ron here? Let's see, Ron Louderback. Spent a lot of time with him. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah, Ron was there. And let's see, can we actually get the picture? Let's see if this will pop up. Hang on. There we go. Thank you, Darla. I did it. Yeah, I did. There it is. So there's Ron sitting up front, and some of the other people. Hopefully you guys don't mind that I just said you were in the coaching group. But yeah, there's Diana, awesome, Matt Carlett, Judy Bragg, who put the whole thing together, and you see Bob Willie, Michelle Jones, and Kristen Rich, and Edie's in the picture, and Carol's back there. She's kind of hard to see. So Patty, it was great. It was just a great group of people, and we all sat around, and we had breakfast, and we talked and enjoyed each other's company. Yeah, that was at Cafe Express. And, Ron, he kidnapped me there for a little while. So that was kind of interesting. We were coming back from a restaurant the last night. Should have been about a 10 to 15 minute drive. And about 45 minutes later, Ron's like, man, Maybe you didn't realize it, but I thought I'd just kidnap you because we were the only two in the car. He's like, yeah, sorry I had to kidnap you. I just wanted to get some one-on-one coaching, some time together, that kind of thing, so I could pick your brain a little bit. I was like, no, man, it's cool because we're at 45 minutes. So, at 45 minutes, we're just lost, which is really what happened. He missed a turn, and we were on one interstate instead of the highway. And I said, at 45 minutes, we're just lost. I said, now, if you go past an hour, then it becomes kidnapping. So got me in under the wire. We were back to the hotel within an hour. Life was good. Hung out again in the hotel lobby after hours and just had a great time. Yeah, it was pretty funny. We had a good time. Ron and I just talked about a lot of stuff, and he's like, hey, if I can ever help out in the group, let me know. So he's now an admin in Fast Turn Radio and the coaching group. So not that there's a lot to do as an admin, but hey, just in case, he's there. Just like Darla is. I thought maybe she would need some help. I don't know, because Lord knows I've been too busy to help much at all. So luckily Darla stayed behind to make sure everything was up and running and people were being served and taken care of, and greatly appreciate everything that she does, definitely. And Ron too. Yeah. Ron says, I missed the turn. Oops. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Yeah, and please do not kick me out of the group. That's the only thing I ask. So let's see. And then this was the dinner. Now, we caught some flack. Okay, we caught some flack for charging $300 for a dinner. Now, first of all, one thing that we did not announce was that, and it wasn't me, it was Chris. Well, Chris Green gave everybody that went to that dinner a copy of this. Okay, so at the time, it was selling for $300. It's now selling for $200. But when you get an autographed copy, and yes, he did, again, I know that's kind of hard to see. It's hard to hold up. It's a heavy book. Yeah, you get an autographed copy of a $300 book. So right there, that kind of makes the meal free. But we spent like 5 hours in that private room, did some online arbitrage on the TV screen that you kind of see in the back. You could hook it up to the computer so everybody could see what was going on. Yeah, we had, I think I see I did not spend a lot of time with her. I believe her name was Stacy. She's actually in there. Hang on. My dog likes to sit in here while I'm doing Spreecast. So yes, she was the only lady that joined us. We didn't discriminate. It was open to anybody that wanted to. It was first come, first serve. And just so you know, the profits from this extravagant, price tag that we put on this thing was negative. Okay, we lost money on it. So I just want that to be clear that this was not we're going to go charge $300 and take these people and all that kind of crap that we heard some flack from. Dude, we lost money on the deal. Okay. So, we had just top-notch food and service for 5 hours. We had appetizers, drinks, filet mignon, and lobster tail. Somebody said, well, the most expensive thing on the menu is $40. Yeah, we didn't order off the menu. Just so you know, they had some pretty killer special steaks for us set up. And like I said, this like lobster tail that was roasted over, I don't know, like this smoky applewood flavor. I don't know if it's apple crap. It was way out of my league. It's not the kind of place I usually eat at. They had the lemon wrapped up in like this little mesh so that when you squeezed it, you didn't get any pulp or seeds on your seafood or whatever you're squeezing your lemon into. It was crazy. So yeah, we did not go to McDonald's. We did not go to McDonald's for that dinner, and that group has done some amazing things already, and I expect it to do more. So I'm honored to be a part of that, and I'm excited to see where things go. So just wanted to clear the air, and I don't know. I don't know if anybody else cares, if it bothered any of them. I just thought it was a ridiculous thing for people to say, not having a clue what they were talking about. So let me set the record straight. You're wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about. All right, here is, and I did sleep in one morning because I was up just way too late. And so I missed the photo. I am not in that picture anywhere, but that is the picture from CES. And That was the one morning that I got up late, and then I went to lunch with one of my friends who lives about 30 minutes outside of Dallas that I'd not seen in 15 years. So I had a good time seeing him. Sorry that I missed the photo. Sorry I missed Barrington. That actually kind of killed me. Yeah, my sister was there. Darla asked if my sister was there. And yes, she was. Andy Slamans, what's up, dude? Andy Slamans in his house. Uh, Hang on, I got some Norton thing popping up at me. I don't want to activate Norton. Yeah, so, yeah, my sister is a trip. She's a nut. She's, I don't know, I guess we're similar in some ways, but for the most part, we're totally different. And I really didn't see her that much. Um, oh yeah, she's a blast. See, that's how we're totally different. I'm the boring kind of subdued person. She's the fun one. You know, as far out there as I'm going to go is maybe putting on some underoos to kick things off. But you know, that's just not my normal personality. I'm getting better. Spreecast, knowing you guys has helped me. I was comfortable to get up on stage with Brett. I had a lot of fun with that. But she's always been the outgoing type. And finally, another highlight. I don't know if you guys recognize this guy. He is not really 7 feet tall in real life. He's actually probably about 5'10" or so, and that is Mark Levine from Bubble Fast. And it was an absolute pleasure. I spent many, many evenings just talking with him. Mark Levine is the real deal. Again, just a business guy, you know, wants to take care of people. Uh, does everything he can. He said, you know, people ask for it, he's going to make it happen. So whether it's the quiet tape or certain size poly bags, whatever you guys want, it's there. Yeah, he does kind of look a lot like John Grollo. Yeah, but no, that's Mark Levine. Really generous guy. And anybody that wanted a beer, he was there to pick up the tab. So just I can't say enough that you know there are some people that you kind of know, and you feel like you know them, but when you meet them in person, they're not quite what you thought they would be. Mark Levine, I didn't know what to expect because I've only dealt with him as a business to business relationship, and we talk uh, on the Spreecast, we'll chat here and there, but I don't really know Mark, and I was just he instantly became a friend. So I was already biased towards Bubble Fast products because of the service that they provide and the quality of products that they provide. And now that I know Mark, yeah, they definitely got my business forever. I mean, they did. They had it anyway. Uh, Now they just it's solidified. I can't say enough great things about Mark and Robin. Very quiet. She just kind of runs the business, sits in the background running the business, and just cool to say hey, but she's more comfortable in her own world. Mark is the gregarious, outgoing, life of the party. Hey, how's everybody doing? Everybody having a good time, kind of stuff. So, good stuff. Oh, Cherie Smith is here. Hey, what's up, Cherie? Yeah, Mark is great. B says it, and yeah, he's funny. He's real. Mark's a blast, man. Mark is a blast. So, and this comes out sometimes too. Do I choose Uline or Bubble Fast? It's your business, your decision. Personally, even if the price is more expensive, which it really isn't on most things, hey, I'm giving my money to Bubble Fast. It's just I'm supporting a friend that way. I'm supporting a small business, and really they have a better product. So my 2 cents. Yes, I'm biased. There you go. You heard it here first. What else? Let's see. What's Bob Wiley's been out there pulling up pictures. So yeah, there's me trying to explain just a little bit of how I look at things when I'm doing retail arbitrage. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the back of Jay Bain's head. Oh, and I got to meet James Crowell, which if you guys have watched from the beginning, James was one of the first people I ever had on as a guest. And everybody kind of said, who's this guy? And we sat here in, I think, January and said, dude, let's shoot for doing $1 million this year. $500,000. Who cares if we come up short? Let's set that goal big. And James has a huge warehouse that he's recently purchased and doing great. He's far closer to doing $1 million than I am. If I'm lucky, I'll do 200,000 this year. So I'm not a big time seller. I'm trying, but yeah, he he was just, again, another guy that in person is exactly what you expected. He's like, hey, I'm just here. I'm working, busting my butt and making money. Yeah, go figure. You bust your butt, you make money, you know? So it was great to meet him face to face. But this is us, Toys R Us. There's Jay Bain. Let's see what Bob got for us on this one. Oh, yeah, there's me and Chris just hanging out. I decided to be a little goofy, put on my Scan Power shades and my Scanner Monkey shades, which, oh, big shout out to Jay Bain for Scanner Monkey being a registered trademark. That's right. I guess legally now I'm not actually allowed to say Scanner Monkey without infringing on his trademark, but hopefully he won't sue me. But yeah, Scanner Monkey is no longer has the little TM after it, which means it's been registered, or that it's been applied for. It now gets the little R with the circle around it, meaning it is officially a registered trademark. The word Scanner Monkey belongs to Jay Bain. Nobody else is allowed to use it unless he tells you you're allowed to use it. So yeah, maybe you can say it. I don't know what all the legalities are. Crap. All I know is I'm proud of Jay for the effort that he put into that. It's been like a 9-month process. So yeah, exactly. There you go. Charlene put it up. TM applied for. R is official registered. Yes, so Scanner Monkey is officially registered. So congratulations. And I didn't have a home. Okay, I have a hard time with the whole takeaways, and I'll touch on maybe a couple more. But I got to be honest. I did not listen to every speech. Yeah, I didn't. I was in the lobby a lot, talking with people one-on-one. I told you I was going for the networking. The fact is, I know most of these guys. Okay, I have already known them just on a personal level outside of CES because I met them last year. So I didn't really need to listen to John Bullard talk about his book because he gave me a copy of it up front. I'd already read it, and I kind of knew what he was going to talk about. And it was that way for a few speakers. So it was not meant as a disrespect. I knew kind of what they had to talk about, and I talked to them previously going into it. So I spent a lot of time doing the networking thing. So I made the most of the time with as many people as I could, and that included the lobby after hours. That included during the actual event, listening to the speeches or not listening to the speeches. So anyway, yeah. So I didn't feel like I quite fit in. I didn't want to come in. I paid for the upfront seating, but I didn't want to come in after talking with somebody out in the lobby, and then come and take a seat in the front while somebody was already up on stage. It just seemed kind of disrespectful. Well, so that's why I'm saying I didn't really have a home. I wasn't planted in my seat listening to the speakers. I wasn't a vendor, so I didn't have anything to advertise. And I just got to say thank you to Mark, Jay, and Chris, who all were vendors. They all paid to have booths there, and they let me hang out. Okay, so that's why I had the Scan Power shades on and the Scanner Monkey shades, because I was just sitting and hanging out in their paid for little area, and they paid a pretty sizable chunk of money to be set up there, and they let me hang out with them, and it was pretty cool. And I really appreciated that, and it was just a fun little way towards the end to show my support to Scan Power and Scanner Monkey, and a couple people took pictures and got a laugh, and it was just fun. So yeah, and Jay, I was just giving you props for congratulations on the registered trademark, and hopefully you'll continue to allow me to use the word Scanner Monkey. But yeah, so the three tables were all side by side. It was Scanner Monkey, Scan Power, Bubble Fast, I think. So that whole little area was just our little playground for a few days. Lots of fun. And then this was cool. Brandon Gompers. That's why I did the little fist bump with Brandon. I hope you're packing, shipping, get some stuff out. What's up? Brandon apparently, and we just call him Gompers. We dropped his first name because Gompers is just a cool last name. So we were like, why do we even need the Brandon? We all know Gompers. So I met him face to face, and he's a cool guy. Okay, and Tony Patty was another one that I wasn't sure how it was going to go because, James Ball was another one. There are just some people that you're like, I don't know. Usually we're okay. Every now and then, something comes up. Maybe we don't agree. I'm not sure how meeting them is going to go. James Ball, loved him. Spent about an hour talking to him. It's good stuff. Brandon Gompers, had a good time talking with him. Had a beer with him. We spent, I don't even know how much time talking, just getting to know each other. He pointed some things out to me that really resonated. I pointed some things out to him. So, cool relationship formed. And Tony Patty, I did not get to spend as much time with him as I wanted, but just, again, a cool guy that I went, wow. It's okay that we don't always agree on things. Dude's legit. He's getting it done. Just a smart guy to talk to. So, don't always assume that people are as good as you think they are on Facebook or as bad as you think they are on Facebook. Get to know people. Take the time to actually get to know them. Don't go in with preconceived notions. If you ever go to an event like this, I met Gucci. Uh, I called her Goose J for years, but I think it's pronounced Gucci. You guys know her if you're in Bob's FBA forum. I mean, she used to be very active over there. I don't know that she is so much anymore, but she sells tons of books and knows, all the Starbucks mugs and all that. That's kind of her thing. So she was just cool to hang out with. Again, spent time in the lobby with her and KIB and James Baugh. That was part of the time that I missed Barrington. That made me feel bad. But a lot of people to see. You can't listen to every speech, and you just want to kind of get to know everybody. And B said, yeah, thanks for helping with the ScanPower team thanks for helping the ScanPower team to fix my ScanPower app. No problem. That was kind of fun. Every now and then I like to do the techie stuff, and it wasn't a big deal. We just kind of had to reset some things, and you were good to go. But yeah, it was fun to work on. Yeah, and sat there with Ashley Miller and Rob Funkhauser from ScanPower. Just so many great people to hang out with. That's one thing about a paid event. Not a lot of negative, downtrodden, this business isn't going to succeed kind of people pay $300 to $400 for a ticket. So you kind of weed out the naysayers, and therefore it's just this positive, uplifting experience and conference. And Jim does a great job of putting the whole thing on. His team did a great job. Ray was everywhere. Kimberly took care of everyone. So it was just it was a great job by Jim and his team. I was impressed last year, and he outdid himself this year. So lots of fun. Let's see. All right. That was my takeaway. Everyone had hope in a way to make that hope come true. Yeah, everybody was there to make their business better. And if you can't make your business better by the things that you learned at CES, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, because you had everything from Deborah Conrad teaching you how to do bundles to to Chris Green, whose online arbitrage speech was, online arbitrage is easy. Let's talk penguins and giraffes. And so he goes off on this hour-long, be a fire-breathing penguin or just be a giraffe, but either way, be the best penguin, fire-breathing penguin, or the best giraffe that you can be. And then he wrapped up with, oh yeah, by the way, online arbitrage, it's easy, buy my book. Actually, he didn't say buy my book. It was just, that was kind of the way I joked and teased him about it. But it was a great speech. And Brett's team building, I'm telling you, the team building technique, because what it was, dude's brilliant. He's like, blow up as many balloons as you can by yourself. And it was me and Greg Purdy against each other trying to blow up balloons. So I did 3, Greg did 3. And then they said, okay, hire 2 team members where you still go get the inventory, the balloons, but they do the packing and shipping, blowing them up. So how many, I got Andy Slamons and my sister on my team, and Diana and, who was it? Somebody else went on Greg's team. So anyway, then I got, and then we did more balloons, obviously, because there were 3 of us working. I did pitch in every now and then and blow up a balloon. And then they said, okay, you get to hire 2 more team members. So I got Steven Smotherman and REA Shinebind at that point. So there's 4 of us. And that was really good, except REA doesn't know how to tie a balloon. He was a complete disaster. He's management material all the way. The man was never meant to blow up a balloon. He could blow them up okay, but he tried every time he tried to tie it, he was trying to use one finger. I don't know about you guys. I wish I had a balloon. Okay, here, I got a little piece of string here. Okay, when I tie a balloon, right, that's why you tune into Fast Turn Radio, because you want to learn how to tie a balloon. Okay, when I tie a balloon, I use two fingers, and I come through like this, right? And you go between the two fingers, and you pull it out that way, right? You tie your little knot. Here's REA. REA's taking one finger, and he's going around, and he's trying to stuff this thing in the backside and can't figure out why he can't tie a balloon. I'm like, REA, dude, you got to use two fingers. You got to use two fingers if you're going to tie a balloon. Uh, you use one finger to tie a balloon, and you're off the team. So he did not make the cut. We had to keep him apparently just because of time. But I got to tell you, if I were going to build a team of balloon tires and balloon blower uppers, REA not making the cut. Now, I would have had him maybe directing people on how to do it, but his technique was just pathetic, really. And I love you, REA. I mean, you're my boy, but you can't tie my balloons, buddy. Not at all. So, yeah. Randy said he was in a union and we couldn't fire him. No, but I tell you what, he's on notice. And he had a 6 month, or 6 week trial period. He was not going to make the end of those 6 weeks. But it was a blast. It really was. So my team did lose. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the official count was, but Brett did pay us. Brett actually paid us $5 per balloon in the end. I mean, he showed up with a stack of cold hard cash, and he's like, "Hey, you guys blow up balloons, I'm going to pay you." And he showed up with $1,000 just sitting there. And I think we ended up with like $120, $140. And we actually turned around and donated that money to a gentleman, Jeff Clark. He had lost his wife right before the conference. And so Andy Slammons, I think, came up with the idea, and it was perfect. We were like, yeah, we'll donate our money to him. We did it for the fun. We had a good time. And it was just a little way that we could help pay for his trip in some way. So Brett actually did it. We were just a vehicle. But that's the kind of thing that happens at a conference when everybody's in the right frame of mind and money is not your goal. You can have fun, and Brett can give away money, and he can give it to us, and we can give away the money to other people who could maybe benefit from it at a hard time in their life. And so we were very happy to do that. It was just kind of a cool thing that just kind of happened. So that's about it. I know I'm just rambling on, but good, it was impressive. Just the atmosphere, the fun, hanging out in the lobby. I'm telling you, you want to get to know somebody. Oh, Linda and oh goodness, I'm going to forget his name. That's not good. Don, I believe it was. Please don't hate me, guys. They took me to lunch. And I am terrible with names. And I sat there and we talked about business. And I can tell you about their business. They're brand new. He just lost his job. They're trying to get started in FBA. She's been doing it for about 4 years, focusing on books. I apologize that I do not remember his name. I believe it was Don. But anyway, they bought me lunch. I took Maureen because I was like, hey, Maureen, we need to help these guys. Let's go talk to them. So they actually bought Maureen lunch as well. And we sat there for about an hour just discussing their business and trying to help them out as much as possible, get them on the right footing, letting them know, hey, it's going to be okay. Yes, you lost your job. Congratulations. Which is, if you guys know me, if anybody has come to me and said my wife lost her job, or I think she's going to, or my husband just lost his job, or they say, I just lost my job, my response is congratulations. Because if you're an entrepreneur, that is the best thing that could happen to you. And if you're not, you can go get another job. There's plenty of people hiring. So either way, if you are out of a job, that wasn't meant to be. That is the best thing that could happen to you. Okay. You were either doing a job for the wrong company, and that's why you are no longer employed, or you weren't meant to be employed anyway because you're an entrepreneur and you were just set free. So I say, congratulations. Let's figure out how you're going to succeed for the remainder of your working years. And let's start that plan in motion. And maybe it's not FBA, but that's the starting point. Who knows where they'll go from there. But an incredible couple. Love spending time with them at lunch, and just had a blast. So that's what I'm saying. You go to a conference like this, stay on site so that you can have a beer after the conference. Felt bad for Brian Freifelder. He had to take off a couple of times early just because, you know, he was staying a few miles away. That kind of stunk, man. I would have liked to have had Brian hang around just those few minutes that he spent driving. I would have rather picked his brain a little bit more. Uh, he's an incredible guy. Brian is incredible. I was thoroughly impressed with his business and what he had to say and how he's doing things and his vision for his business. So just great stuff, guys. Um, just just incredible. Met John Schneider, who I didn't know going into it, but he blew me away. He's a big Dave Ramsey guy, so we kind of had that in common. And you could just tell he had a lot of good ideas going on. Met Tom Curtis just for a minute, who wrote the economy book, and the names go on. I know I'm forgetting people, and I apologize. I mean, it was just this rush, and yeah, you know, and I already talked about Ron. Ron and I became great friends just sitting there talking to him. He was like, dude, he was telling me about his business that I didn't even know existed. What he does for his day job, I didn't know. It was pretty incredible. So I had a lot of fun just talking with him, not even about FBA, just talking to him about his day job, and good times. Now, I do want to let you know, just because John Bullard is a friend of mine, and Ryan Rieger. I saw Ryan, met Gary Baird, met Jason Miles face to face. If you guys have not seen the Nancy Alexander interview, Jason was on there. I do have everything. I'm getting my computer back up to speed still, but I'm going to have that posted soon to where you guys can rewatch that interview. But Jason Miles came on at the end, so I had the pleasure of meeting him at CES. Just good stuff, guys. Just good stuff. So I do, just for a second, want to throw out there, John and Ryan got together and wrote a book, and it is called Beyond Arbitrage, and it's about wholesale. Now, in case you guys haven't heard, Darla and I teamed up on a wholesale course. It's actually Darla's course. I just helped her kind of launch it, and she did it through my coaching group and all that. So we have our own wholesale course. So you might ask, well, why are you pitching somebody else's stuff? Well, one, because they're two totally different things. Beyond Arbitrage is a book, and it's an excellent book, and you'll see my review of that book, and it is awesome. And it's low price point. It's $30, unlimited updates, and I'm sure as they learn information, they'll add to it. So if you want to get into wholesale and you are a self-starter and you do not need a support system and you just want information, then you have Beyond Arbitrage. And that's the link to it. Let me make sure that works so it actually goes to the right place. Okay, there you go. On sale now. If you know me, I don't do affiliates. That's just a straight up website. There's no funny little anything hidden in there. So there's that. Now, if you want homework and you want assignments and you want to be driven and you want to be held accountable and you want the support of a Facebook group, that's where Darla's course comes in. Okay, it's more expensive. It's $200 with discounts. Most everybody has a discount where you can get it for about $160. If that's more your speed and that is more beneficial to you, then that is totally open to you. And you can actually find that by going to wholesalesourcing.com or wholesale, what is it? Sourcingwholesalestyle.com. Let me try to get that right. So that is, oh crap. Darla, type that out for me, please. My goodness. Yeah, there it is. All right, put that up on the screen. So Sourcing Wholesale Style. That's if you want more of a video-based, held accountable with support group type wholesale. So I don't mind telling you guys when somebody else has a product that I think will benefit you, I'm going to tell you it's there to benefit you. Okay. So whether you go with Sourcing Wholesale Style or you go with Beyond Arbitrage, which both have great information about getting started in wholesale, either platform will do the job depending on the person. So just make the right decision for you. Decide what fits you best and what fits your business best. Yeah, and Bob Welly says or both. And that's true too, because they do have, there are some things that Darla discusses in her videos that John didn't touch on in his book and vice versa. Now I had the benefit of doing both. So now I'm just a wholesale master because, I got to learn from both of them. But no, seriously, both of them, great information. very low price points. So, um, I want to make you guys aware that there are courses and there are books available to help you in your business. So that's my last little tidbit for the night. And all right, and Edie, one of the things that John said when he was speaking was about finding the vendors at the trade shows online before you go to the trade show. Yeah, he's got a lot of tips in there, and really, Darla does too. I'm telling you, I picked up tips from both of them. I picked up a lot of good stuff, and they're both very smart, wholesale-minded people. So I don't think you're going to go wrong either way. But I just want to let you guys know that there are very smart people putting out great content, and learn from them. If you want to get into wholesale, which has totally changed my business, I don't know, maybe you haven't been around for the last couple of months, but I am almost completely wholesale now, and that's because of Darla and the drive that she put in me. I read Nancy Alexander's book about trade shows. Darla talks about trade shows in her course. John Bullard talks about trade shows in his book, and I'm reading all this stuff going, man, okay, apparently I need to do more trade shows because that's where, when three experts are telling you trade shows are where it's at, I'm starting to think trade shows are where it's at. And then Ryan Rieger, he doesn't write a lot about the wholesale side, but he just talks about business in general. Dude was doing $250,000 in sales through Craigslist. Okay, forget FBA and shipping your stuff. He had his actual garage filled with furniture that he was selling and hustling on Craigslist. So he gets a sale. He's got to drive that stuff somewhere. He was the delivery man. He was he was ordering wholesale from the company. So he's ordering wholesale, storing it in his garage, hand delivering this stuff to the customers, hoping that they don't return it. Because when he started, he was on a shoestring budget. One return could have crushed him. That's Ryan Rieger. Yes, he co-wrote the book with John Bullard. Sorry if I said that too quickly, but anyway, guys, for $30, you're not going to be disappointed. I promise. It's just to get to know those guys on a little more personal level. They both share very personal stories about themselves. Just good stuff. So something to think about. And yes, B, good point. I think after Q4, wholesale is on my radar for sure. Yes, as much as I love wholesale, I got to tell you, now is not the time to try to switch business models. Okay, that's my opinion. If you don't agree, it's up to you. I would not try to switch business models right now. Do what you're doing and do it more of it as we go into Q4. And just now is not the time to try to start something new. If you're already set up and you're just trying to find new wholesalers or whatever, that's cool. But for the most part, do what you're doing that's making you money, because this is the time to multiply your returns. And lastly, big shout out to Bob Willie. Dude, I met you face to face finally. It was awesome. We spent a lot of time together. Just got to know Bob, and the guy's awesome. He really is. And Bob and I don't always agree on things. Another one of those people, and none of us do, I guess, really. Because if you agree all the time, that's kind of boring. But we've had our moments, and I got to tell you, I respect Bob tremendously, and even more so now that I've met him face to face. It just changes a relationship. So just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, B, don't change right now. B, keep pushing hard with what you're doing. Keep making that money, and come Q1, somewhere around January, February, that's when you really want to start. Because you're going to see this big run up to Q4, and then you're going to have this drop off in probably about February. January is pretty solid too. Now I think Shar said that she had a better January last year than she did December. So, January is solid. February starts to tail off. Somewhere around March, it's like, where'd the sales go? Excuse me, still okay, but not great. And so to me, that's when you kind of transition into some other things. And yeah, gift card dollars being spent in January. The people that return this over here will buy this over here, or my husband is an idiot and he didn't buy me that one thing that I wanted, so I'm going to spoil myself because I'm a wonderful wife and I deserve it. Hey, people do that kind of stuff. And the guy goes, hey, I wanted a fishing pole and my wife didn't get it for me. I guess I'll have to buy it myself. That all happens in January after the gift giving is done, and it's oops, I didn't get this and I didn't get that, and Char is dead on when businesses say, hey, don't know what to get the employees, let's give them all $100 gift cards or $50 or 20, whatever the case may be. And who does everybody do business with? Amazon. So it's either Starbucks or Amazon. And, so those Amazon gift card dollars come back to us as sellers. And that's good stuff. And so anyway, that's it. I'm kind of tired. I'm pumped up though. Man, just thinking about CES. It was awesome. So Darla, thank you for putting up with all my fits and starts at the beginning, even though it was apparently on you to begin with. Sherry Morton, there you are. Thank you for the ride. Thank you so much. And I don't think I got to say goodbye to you, but I did very much appreciate your generous offer. And it was fun. We were all piled into this little, a Fiat or something. It was all tiny, and it was fun. It was just a good time from the time I got on the plane in Charlotte, and Sea Angel Crush said, hey, Duane, right on through when I left Dallas. Had a fantastic time. So, all right, guys, that's it. We'll see you next week, 8 p.m. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. And, I plan on doing this every week as long as the audience here. Now, if you guys get too busy as Q4 ramps up and viewership goes down, and I know you guys are just working, I'm not going to waste your time with Spreecast, but we'll see how that goes. For now, I plan on being here every week, 8 p.m. Wednesday, and we'll see you next week. Randy, take care. Edie, have a good night. Terry, Enduring Bamboo, great to meet you. Good night, guys. We'll see you next week.